Good afternoon, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 42 of our Infitech 2 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So, since the last episode, I have been busy. I've done a bit of decorative building, mainly building out the roads, because I'm going to start building the town and everything. Of course, this isn't going to be the only road that runs through here, but I did start working on that. I want to start building the town and everything that's out there, and work on actually making the base a little bit more cohesive as far as decorative building. And then I've also been doing a little bit of automating. So you'll notice over here, this was where our compressor is set up, and I did change this over to a 2x10 cable. I found out, Jason let me know on the last episode, that that's what was causing the fire to occur. We needed a 2x on that. So I did change that over, and then I've also started adding on some other things here. You'll notice I put a high voltage battery buffer, and right now I only have one battery in here. That was the one that we had that was in my inventory last episode. It was kind of a spare one that I had that I had taken out of the battery buffer that was over here before and traded out for just the two on that. So I've got that set up, and that's going to connect into our fuel cracker this episode. And then I've also got a 4x copper cable coming off of that medium voltage transformer with a battery buffer with just a couple of medium cadmium batteries in it. And then from there, I've got some 2x annealed copper coming out, and I've got a nice automated system here, semi-automated. The only thing that's not automated is dealing with the oxygen cells. Basically what I've been doing with these for right now is just putting them in this tank that's over here. You'll notice I can empty them into this, and well, there we go. The only thing is, if you notice, it doesn't, for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug or what, but it doesn't give you all the empty cells. It only gives you one. So I'm not entirely, oh, there we go. Okay, I guess it's just a graphical bug. Never mind. So I'll throw those in there. And the way this is set up, basically, if we put our heavy fuel in, and if I find some light fuel, I've only been finding heavy fuel, even after I moved the mining, the oil rig. I moved it, and I still found more heavy fuel. I haven't found any light fuel or anything. But if we do find some light fuel, it wouldn't be an issue to add another drum here for the light fuel. But basically the oil goes into this advanced distillery that's plugged in here, and we've got an integrated circuit here that changes it over into the heavy sulfuric fuel, and then that sulfuric heavy fuel goes into this chemical reactor. And then over here I've got a reservoir feeding water into a basic electrolyzer, which why is this not pulling? Sometimes it pulls just fine, and then other times it just won't, and I don't know why that is. Okay, but anyway, this is electrolyzing the water and creating hydrogen, and that hydrogen is going into here and getting canned into an empty cell. It also creates some oxygen, which just gets pulled out and into this chest. And then after that hydrogen is filled up in here, this gets pumped over into the chemical reactor, and it combines that hydrogen and that sulfuric heavy fuel and creates a couple cells of sulfuric hydrogen sulfide is what it creates. Some hydrogen sulfide, and then also some heavy fuel, which the heavy fuel just goes straight into here. That hydrogen sulfide cells will go in this chest, and then they'll get pumped out of here on with a filter to take the hydrogen sulfide. That hydrogen sulfide gets combined with water in the basic chemical reactor right here, and then it creates sulfuric acid that gets pumped into this drum, and then the cells just go back into this chest, which should be getting extracted on round robin to these 3 machines, but for some reason sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why that is. But let me see. Yeah, I have no clue. No clue at all. Anyway, I'll try to get that figured out. So this episode, of course, we're going to be setting up the fuel cracker, and I've got everything prepped. I've got some other stuff prepped that we're going to cover today, because we're going to make our first manually crafted TNT. So let's go ahead and get all these items out here. And first up, to set this up, we're going to set it up, I think, just right here. So we're just going to do stainless steel casings, just like this. And then over here, we're going to set up another row of these, just like that. And then we're going to need an import hatch on the left side, and then an output hatch on the right side. And then we're going to need some copper nickel coil blocks, just laid out, and it needs to be a hollow structure. So we'll do it just like this. And then I'm going to have to put something there. And then over here we're going to need, first up we'll go ahead and put down our energy hatch, which I'm just going to put this right here. And let's make sure that it's facing the right way. And then we'll just do a stainless steel block here, and then we'll put our maintenance hatch down. No, I'm sorry. We'll put our input hatch, because we're going to need another one. This is to accept steam, which I'm going to set up some way. I believe it has to be there, if I'm correct. Let me grab the book. I'd been studying the book, so most of it I know. I just don't recall if the other input hatch... Okay, no, it doesn't have to go there. So what we might do... Let me see. Actually, I think what we might do is move this and put it on the back side. Like right here, I think. Because this will accept steam and cause it to be more energy efficient. So it's definitely something that we want to do and get set up fairly soon. And then we'll just do our maintenance hatch there, some more stainless steel casings, and then our controller block. Which now that should form into a multi-block. There it goes. And let's go ahead and do our maintenance on this. Everything check out okay? Yes. So let's do all this standard maintenance stuff. Screwdriver, soldering iron. Oh, I've got some soldering alloy. I still haven't cleaned this out. I'm a terrible person. I will do it eventually, I promise. And we got a pipe that's loose. Let's see. A wrench. Now everything checks out okay. And then what we're going to do is let's bring our pipes over, and let's go ahead and set that to extract. We'll put a pipe here, set to insert, and just hook that up. No, shit, I don't think I actually wanted to hook that up just yet. Oh, that's okay. Okay, and then it should already have power from this. I'm not going to hook up the steam just yet, because I'm going to have to run tanks over, I think is how I'm going to do it. Kind of like how we have this set up over, well, over somewhere down here, like this. These steam tanks, I think I might run those over, or I may put another valve on this, like right in here at the top. I think. No. I don't know. I'll figure something out how I want to run the steam over. I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably use the tank method because it seems like probably the best method all around. I'm not sure how much steam this is going to take. But now that we've got that set up, this is okay. I'll show you really quick because I do have a drum right here with some sulfuric heavy fuel that I'd made before I set this whole system up. So what we can do is let's just put that, say, right here. And I don't want all of you to connect. Stop it. Like that. Let's drop down. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to see this very easy, am I? I don't think so. Okay. Then under the ground we will go. Okay. And we're gonna set this to extract always active. And you'll notice this starts running, and it will combine that hydrogen with that sulfuric heavy fuel, and it'll dump it all into the air. It's basically how this is set up to run. And we've got quite a bit of sulfuric acid here. Is this... Okay, this is totally full now, 32,000. And let's set up the output. For now, we're just going to have it output into a tank, I think. I mean, a drum. I've got some extra drums made. And what I was looking at last episode was, I think I was looking at the distillation tower, I believe, when I was looking at the fuels. We're not going to be able to set that up just yet. It's going to require us to get some EV stuff to actually get that set up. So for now, we're going to create our toluene just by running that cracked fuel through a distillery. So now that we've got that set up, let's get this activated. And it should start running, and it should be fairly fast. It actually takes less than a second to crack that fuel. So it's not too bad. And let's see, what's it doing to our battery? It's not even... Honestly, it's not even touching our battery. So I don't know if we'll worry too much about... Okay, there it goes. Let's see, what's it doing to this? This has managed to go through all of that, but... Let's see, I wonder if it can run without... Yeah, I don't think it's going to run out that battery before it runs through all that fuel. I'll probably set up the steam... Yeah, fairly soon, I think, but we should be alright right this second. So we've got quite a bit of cracked heavy fuel now. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to pipe it out. Let's see, I think we'll set up... Because honestly, these... I'm using, if you notice, I'm using just a ton of LV machines. And it's the same here. We'll use a basic distillery and a basic fluid solidifier. Which it was kind of funny when I was going back and crafting these. God, they're so easy now. Like, they used to be kind of a challenge, you know. But now they're really not a problem at all. Now, the distillery that I just used the one that we already had crafted. Because we did need an advanced distillery to handle... I believe it was to handle the heavy, right, I think. Let me double check real quick. Actually, I can check in here. The heavy oil, no. We want, let's see. Actually, let's do this. If I recall, there was, No, the heavy oil... No, that's to oil. Okay, the heavy oil to the... Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's 48 EU per tick, so it's a little bit over the LV point to get that sulfuric heavy fuel. So you will need the advanced distillery for that. I was trying to remember. So we've actually... Yeah, we're doing all right. So what we'll do is we will bring out that. Let me see. We do have spawning here. So let me fix that really, really quick. I've got some cabling already crafted up. So let's get the 4x10. Because I noticed I put down a 2 times and it just immediately caught on fire earlier, so I'm assuming we need the 4 times. And we'll just bring this, let's see, distillery, solidifier. I'm trying to think. I know it's kind of crowded in here, but this setup is fairly automated, so I'm not too worried about that. So the cracked heavy fuel, let me see, let me double check here. Okay. No, we don't want naphtha, we want light fuel, lubricant, toluene. So we're going to need an integrated circuit 2 configuration, and then just fed into the distillery. Okay. And then this toluene, what we're trying to make is, of course, the TNT, which we're going to need the gelid toluene. Now, I don't have a chemical reactor set up just because, you know, I don't necessarily want that in the automation setup because we're going to use sulfuric acid for other things. So I mainly just want to get the gelid toluene automated. So, what we'll do, I think, we'll feed the basic distillery. We'll just set up right here. Set up a pressurized fluid conduit here to extract that, and okay, it's not inserting because it's the front of the machine. No, I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you why. Right? No? Well, you know. Okay, it could be because that's the front, and if so, that's probably why the items aren't wanting to go in there. But they did input some earlier, so that's what I'm trying to figure out, why they took some earlier. But we'll set it up with that, and I'll get that organized. Right now, it's semi-automated. So we've got our cracked heavy fuel going in there, and from here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have it. Yeah, we'll feed in right here, I think. Maybe. No. We'll just put it right here. That's fine. And then let's put just a fluid conduit here. Set to extract. We'll set that up. Tell it to fluid auto output. And this should be good. So let me go get a configuration 2 circuit, and then I'll be back in just a second. I may have one around here, but not for sure. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, welcome back. So we've got our integrated circuit 2. We'll throw that in there so we start producing that toluene now. And let me double check on this. We ran through. Yeah, okay, so it's pretty much done running, and we have a ton of cracked heavy fuel, as you can tell. A lot of that. And this produces, for just, I believe it's 15 toluene to like 40 something, I think, heavy fuel, cracked heavy fuel. Let me double check on that, but I know it's not much. 50 to 15. Okay, so not too bad. And now that that's running, let's go ahead and throw our ball mold into that. And toluene, let me check. I believe toluene this is the main use for it. If I recall, it can make like a light fuel as well. But honestly, that's something I don't feel like we'd need to do. Yeah, so you can make light fuel, 30 toluene to 30 light fuel. I don't really see a use in that I can think of, because we could make it with the heavy fuel as well. So we'll just we'll just go ahead and create our gelid toluene. Now keep in mind, you can actually do this a little bit more efficiently. This is 100 toluene for one ball, whereas this is 133 for 2 balls, but this does require sugar and tiny piles of polyethylene pulp. So I feel like the tiny piles of polyethylene, I'd rather just create it this way, because toluene honestly is not that hard to make. So if we throw our ball mold in there, that's going to start creating that for us. Now what kicked off? Something kicked off over here, and I don't know. Maybe this? Yeah, this is the one that takes probably the most power to run. So chances are when these are all running as well, it'll put a little bit of a strain over there, but I'm not too concerned with that, honestly. Okay, that's out too. Okay, that's the worst thing, is the power loss across these cables. Let me see here. This takes 16 EU per tick. That shouldn't really be an issue. Transformer. Maybe. I kind of wonder if maybe if I back this up and put a battery buffer in between that, maybe that would be better. I might try to do that fairly soon, assuming that this. Okay, these are totally drained. Is this not producing power? Should be. It's running. Okay. One thing is, this long line of silver cable, it is a little bit of a loss as far as EU across this. I may try to set up a steam turbine a little bit closer to this at some point or something. But one thing that we can do if we're having power issues is just come over here and kick this guy into action. Now we should see. Maybe not. Nope, I lied. Okay. I mean, nothing's really running over here. I don't know why everything's just come to a standstill, because I mean, absolutely nothing is running at the moment. Nothing at all. Okay, give me just a minute to figure out what's causing this. Okay, welcome back. If you notice, this large lithium battery was charging. That was the issue. It was prioritizing that instead of sending the power through here to this stuff was the issue. So now this stuff should, theoretically, should kick back on. eventually. Maybe. Maybe. I have no clue why it's not. There it goes. Okay. Just took a second. So now it's up and running again. I guess it prioritizes that. Basically, I'm just going to need to set something up with the power. Did it? Okay. I'll have to do something with the power setup, I think. Because it's prioritizing that. It's not a terrible issue, really. Because it only runs this when we bring back some fuel. So, I don't know. We'll see. But now this is creating our gelid toluene. So let's grab... Oops, no, we'll take all 10 of that, whatever. Actually, let's go ahead and get 2 more. Because it does take 4 of these per TNT. And then it's going to take... actually, can I get 4 more of these? That would be great. Because I believe, if I recall, it's 250 sulfuric acid per TNT. So we'll make 4 things of TNT. Yeah, if you notice right now, it's running perfectly. All that stuff is running no problem. It's mainly just whenever that needs to fill up the battery, I think that it's going to kick off for a second. But we'll try to fix that fairly soon. So let's see. I do not have a chemical reactor over here. But I believe we can make this one in a basic. Yes. Okay, so I've got one over at the other base. So we'll head over there and get this TNT crafted up, and then we will do our first implosion craft. And I think that's where we'll end the episode out. So, if you recall, we're going to need, what was it, 8 pieces of TNT for the diamonds. Also, it was brought to my attention that we can use Victus infused seeds, if I recall, to create diamonds. Let me check. I don't know, though, that I have the recipe yet. I may need to do some... yeah, I think I'll need to do some research, unless it's industrial diamond. Is it industrial diamond? No, okay. Yeah, so I'll have to do some research for that, but that would really fix our diamond issue. So I'll try to get that researched fairly soon. So the chemical reactor, let's stick some sulfur in there. And we'll throw in... Can I? Oh, that's right. Do I have a drum around here that's empty? Hydrogen, yeah. Here we go. Because if I recall, I can't just... No. There's no... Alright. So we'll just pipe this in. Oops. Oopsie. Alright, now go. Go. Okay. There we go. And then we'll throw our gelid toluene in there. It shouldn't take it too long. We'll get our first piece of crafted TNT. And ta-da! There we go. And let's get our... What did I do with that diamond dust? Oh yeah, it's in the chest over there. My inventory issues. We are going to start getting into applied energistics fairly soon. Oh, actually... Well, we'll go over here. Because I was looking at the stuff, I mean, the main thing that was kind of... the main reason I was kind of holding off on AE2 for a little bit was because to actually make the ME storage drives, it did require a bit of titanium, but after that one quest, a couple episodes back, we have a ton of titanium now. So it wouldn't be too much of an issue to get that going. So we'll need this, and I believe, if I recall, it's 4 of these, correct? Ichor thread. Okay. Let's see. Oh, shit. No. We need 16 TNT. Cool. Okay. So we're not going to have enough. We'll have 11, so we're going to need a bit more of this. Which, honestly, we've got plenty. Okay. We've got plenty of gelid toluene. So let's get another sail. And some sulfuric acid. These. And I'm going to go get this this TNT crafted, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, welcome back. So, by the way, we will eventually use the, actually, I can do it right here. We'll use the industrial TNT, but it does require a little bit more setup to craft that because you need this nitration mixture, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Which nitric acid is just basically a bunch of hydrogen and oxygen combined, because this nitrogen dioxide is just nitrogen and oxygen. But it does require a little bit more of a setup for the way we have this built. So for now, we're just going to use the standard. So if we throw in our 4 diamond dust and our TNT and activate that, it's going to explode and give us 3 industrial diamonds and 16 tiny piles of dark ashes. And that's how we get that made. So really quickly, we do have a quest here with unclaimed rewards, and this was for getting the Get Cracked quest. And no creatures. Thought I heard something. So we'll go ahead and get our material bag, and you'll also notice that there is a quest here for like the heavy crack for 5,000 cracked heavy fuel, and we can get 3 heavy fuel cells, a cracked light fuel, 4 industrial credits, and a material bag. So we will definitely do that really quick, because 5,000 of that's not bad. So, and this is a tier 5 material bag. Wow, that's our first one. We got we got tungsten, iron, gold, tin, copper, and lead. Holy crap! So that's a lot of stuff. Wow. Okay. And what we can do now is let's get like 5 of these, and let's just fill them up with our cracked fuel, because we have a bit of this. I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, we've got 64 gelid toluene, which is going to last us for quite a while. So let's go do this, because if this is a tier 5 material bag, it's repeatable over 5 days. So what we'll do, let's set, we can't manual submit that. Select task, give it to that. And we'll give it just a second. There we go. And now we can turn this in, because we're going to get back some heavy fuel and some cracked light fuel. And let's cross our fingers that this is a tier 5 material bag. And there's also one, by the way, or there was one for light cracking, but now there's not. Maybe they share a cooldown. That's possible as well. And we do get another tier 5 bag. Holy crap. Yeah, that's totally going to be worth it, because honestly, getting that cracked fuel is not terrible at all. Wow. And the rewards from these tier 5s are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. So, okay. So we've actually got a bunch of resources from those. Alright. But like I said, it is a 5-day cooldown. Which honestly isn't terrible. And one thing we haven't checked in a while, let's check our shop. We now have options to buy diamonds for industrial silver credits. 2 of those, and 16 diamonds for 2 silver industrial credits. Oh, wow, that's not bad. 16 diamonds for that. I mean, we have a ton of these things. I mean, we almost made that many this episode, so. Okay. But then there's also emeralds, see, silver, nickel, lithium, gold, aluminium. Okay. Well, but anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we may dive into magic because we've taken a couple episode break from magic, so we may get back into that. But we'll see. So I'm not entirely for sure just yet what we're going to be doing next episode. So I am going to try to start maybe building down here, maybe because I kind of want to separate this out into its own little area. But we did actually build a kind of nice little automated system here, semi-automated-ish, mainly just because we have to deal with the oxygen, and I need to get these rotated somehow, maybe. Yeah, probably rotated to some direction, maybe the bottom or something, for the front, so that these will be able to input correctly all the time. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the episode, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. And until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you guys then.